There's 1,000 things I love about shooting, but more than anything else, shooting is kind of that tie that binds. You just never know who you're gonna run into at the range.
I'm Jason Castro of the Minnesota Twins.
I'm Lance McCullers, your World Series champion, Houston Astros.
See what I mean? Let's go have some fun.
You are going into the unknown. What's on the other side may know you're coming.
Look, Jason Castro, Lance McCullers, I know they are at the top of their game. But I want to see if what they can do on the diamond can be matched with what they can do on the line. That'll do.
I grew up around guns. My family owned a ranch when I grew up, about two hours outside of Tampa. And I just grew up, you know, just shooting and, you know, learning how to respect guns and learning the importance of you know, gun safety.
I mean, I really enjoy teaching, you know, some of my friends who maybe never shot before, kind of the basics, and then getting out to where we can, you know, run some pretty intermediate to advanced drills, running around and getting to do those sorts of things. It's a lot of fun. I mean, that's what we're here for, and getting a chance to share that with as many people who are interested is makes it that much better.
Weapons and tactics for personal defense has to start in a very safe manner, and we inoculate movement, high stress, duress, and those things to build you into the person you're gonna need to be if anything on the street happens. And we do some pretty crazy stuff, but at the core of what we do, it's all about teaching the fundamentals safely with accuracy.
All right, guys, next drill, pretty simple. We're going to start right here from a static position. We're going to engage 2 still targets. Once you've engaged each target once, you're going to run up to the yellow cone. From there, you're going to start engaging the paper targets on the move, moving to the last orange cone. Once you reach that point, you're going to stop and engage the last 3 still targets. All right? It's on a timer. Move with a purpose. Let's go.
It's always awkward walking the direction your back is against when you're moving. Yeah.
So when you're going,
that was smoking.
The cool thing about coming to MAST is that everything he does is outside the box, right? Case in point, he puts you in uncomfortable situations to help make you a better shooter, a better person. Everything from shooting out of a Humvee, from running unique drills at the line, everything is designed, and it's a progressive day, generally speaking. Everything is designed to build one specific skill set, again, to help make you a better shooter, a better human, more aware of your situations no matter where you go. Couple more for good measure.
All right, we save the best for last.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's going last. I carry in my car, I carry on my person, and it's never because I'm looking for a fight. It's never because I never want to have to pull my gun and use it, but I'll never be in the situation where I'm with my wife or if I'm with my future kids, I can't defend myself. And so for me, it's very important that if I'm gonna take a responsibility to carry and be able to protect me and my family and the innocent people around me, that you do come out here and you do these things, you learn how to handle the guns the right way, and you learn how to run drills and prepare yourself for a situation that may arise. Hopefully it never does, but it may. Microphone's hanging.
That's right. He needs new mags after every drill we do.
That's okay. If you're from Houston, if you follow baseball, you know who Lance McCullers is. What an outstanding day, and quite frankly, an awesome shooter. Great guy, great baseball player, awesome all around.
I'm not political. I'm not a political guy. I grew up shooting guns. I grew up learning how to treat them the right way. I brought my family together. It was something we all enjoyed doing. So for me, it's just something that I enjoy. And you know, I don't kind of try to look at it as like, you know, I'm a bad person if I love guns, or I'm a good person if I love guns, you know, kind of on both sides of the spectrum. I just think people need to just respect one another's opinion and be open-minded, try it out, and if it's not for you, say, hey, it's not for me. But if you try, you may like it.
Modern Shooter is brought to you by Aguila Ammunition. Feed your firearm. By H&H Precision Rifles. Engineering precision rifles and components for the world's most demanding shooters. Sig Sauer Electro-Optics. See the difference. By Killer Innovations. Redefining the future of precision. By Securite. Intelligent firearm storage. And by Turnbull Restoration, specializing in the accurate restoration of historical metal finishes on period firearms. And by Benchmark Barrels, world-class accuracy made in the USA. Up next.
If you think for a second you're going to come to MAST Solutions and just stand and shoot, surprise, you're watching Modern Shooter. Reload!
Lance McCullers is one of the best pitchers for the world champion Houston Astros. He started the winner-take-all Game 7 against the Dodgers, which gave the Astros their first championship. In addition to his wipeout curveball, he is also a pretty good shot. And he's come to MAST Solutions outside Houston with former teammate Jason Castro.
The parade was 100% the coolest part for me of the whole playoffs. You know, you don't really, you see other people's parades and you play in the playoffs, you get a little bit of taste, but like going to a parade and seeing the appreciation and the love from the fans, like that many all at one time, never really gets to happen. So we were sitting on the fire trucks and we were waiting to take a ride around the corner where all the fans were. The band was coming through from University of Houston, and I was just sitting there. I was like, man, I want to see like the crowd. We heard there's gonna be like 1 million people there and stuff, and like we turned that corner and there was just a sea of orange. The parking garages, people were hanging out of the parking garages, people were hanging off buildings, they were on top of all the public transport, like bus stops, they were on cars. I mean, you could see orange and blue for as long as you could see, and I mean, I think the whole ride I had goosebumps, and everyone else, that's something that I don't think that was the coolest, most rewarding part of the whole thing, because you got to see kind of how much that win really meant to people and how excited people were for it.
You know, we made the playoffs. We unfortunately lost to the Yankees in the wild card game, but I think getting there and kind of proving that, you know, we're capable of playing some, you know, really, really high quality baseball, I think is going to be good. And we have a really young team, and you know, I'm excited for what's to come for the next couple of years.
Well, I'd never met Lance before. I'd spoken to Jason a little bit, and he told me they shot a little bit, but you never know. Sometimes guys have shot, been at a hunting lease, but you never know how safe they're going to be when we get into these activities of hustling, shooting, and moving. This guy was solid work.
Close.
All right, shooter. You nod when you're ready.
Ready?
Hit him! Nice. Excellent work. Castro.
Oh, ringy dingy.
Take those bad guys out?
Well, I think so. Yeah, so one on the right over there may have a chance to survive though.
Yeah, I was excited when Lance agreed to come out, and anytime I can, you know, I can bring a friend or a family member or a teammate out and you know, get to experience this with them and kind of you know, help expand their kind of knowledge and interest in firearms and shooting and the techniques, and it's all part of the fun.
That's pretty cool. It's tough to move with the sling and stay on target. It's a little early for me.
Yeah.
I don't do a lot of running, you know, I don't do a lot of running.
All right, so what we're doing here is we're gonna bound forward. You can see that group over there, Bravo team, aptly named, Bravo team. We're Alpha team. What's gonna happen is we're gonna have a baseline of fire. And then Alpha team is gonna do the moving command, and we're gonna push forward about 10, 15 meters. We're gonna set up at that point, lay down cover fire so that these guys, Bravo team, can start their moving. They're gonna bound beyond us, 10 or 15 meters, and we're gonna continue that until we get set up on target.
We'll be up this side. When you stop, I'll get even with you and kneel with you.
You got it, brother. Bravo team, you guys set up?
We're up, Bravo up.
All right, contact front.
Hit him!
I think it's awesome that we came out here. One of the first things we went over was gun safety and just the importance of everyone out here knows how to handle guns. We've all done it before. We've all shot multiple times, but still, we're going over safety. We're realizing that these are awesome, fun, equipment, but you know how to handle them the right way. And I think that's what people that are afraid of guns or afraid of kind of the sport of shooting just need to go out and try it and understand the importance of safety and preparation, but also enjoy being able to run drills and do all kind of stuff. I think it's awesome.
It's a mindset just with how you live your life and just an awareness that learning to shoot kind of teaches you, and it's I think important to like take that with you no matter where you are in whatever setting you're in, to kind of have an awareness of your surroundings, your situation, and just being able and ready to protect the ones you love at any given time.
Baseline! Baseline!
Oh, we're good.
Good job, brother. That was sweet.
All right.
Good movement to target.
Whew. Get your heart pumping.
Well, that's just the taste, a tip of the spear of what we're going to be doing next. You guys ready for that? Let's do it. Rock it. Let's go.
Water.
This is Modern Shooter. When you're talking Houston baseball, nobody will ever forget the first World Series championship. When you talk Houston, nobody can forget the devastating floods from Hurricane Harvey. The rising waters affected millions of people, and for former Astro Jason Castro and current pitcher Lance McCullers, it was the aftermath of the disaster that showed the heart of Houston.
It was nerve-wracking. It was a time where I was away and my wife was home with our dogs, and other people on the team had their wife and kids. They were all here, so it was kind of hard sometimes to talk to them. We had some lines down, and you hear the worst stories, especially like on TV and that type of stuff, and you really see like the devastation that it's bringing, and you can't help but to feel like helpless, because you have your wife and kids at home. As a husband or as a father, you want to protect them. You feel like it's your duty to be there, but because of our job circumstance, we weren't there in the most crucial time, and it was tough to be away. And we got back. We tried to do as much as we could, but the whole situation was beyond kind of imaginable. Like you said, if you weren't kind of right here in Houston and going through it. I mean, it was an awful time, but to see the people of Houston kind of come together, and there wasn't a lot of looting or people taking advantage of other people. It was mostly just people reaching out and lending a helping hand, and people from all over the near states and stuff driving in, flying in to kind of help with the relief effort. So it kind of showed you still like the best part of humanity. It was definitely still personal for us, and a lot of the relationships we'd built just from baseball and even outside of baseball. We have a lot of people that we care about that are still in the area that were affected, and so it was something. Even though we weren't here in person, in the middle of the season, we were up in Minnesota. It was something that definitely struck home, and we had to follow from afar. But like Lance touched on, I think being away from it and kind of seeing the support that poured into the city after the floods, and seeing everyone kind of come together, and people using their platforms, like J.J. Watt was able to accomplish some tremendous things for the city with kind of his networks and the reach that he has, and seeing a guy like that kind of put something together like that kind of inspired, I think, a lot of people to get involved and to spend their time and money and resources to help out.
If you go to any range, there's pretty much a set criterion of circumstances. You know what you're going to see, what's going to be there. There's going to be benches, targets, all that kind of stuff. Well, we're shooting with a couple of MLB players today, top level Major League Baseball players. And people are normally pretty happy to see me, but I've never had balloons before. Brockman, what is going on?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, dude.
This is a unique targeting system. They're going to love this. We set these up. They bounce around, foreground, background. They've got to shoot a specific color when we tell them what color. typically, you don't get to shoot out of a moving Humvee either.
Balloons and a Humvee, I'll take
Balloons
it.
and a Humvee, a little bit of birthday cake. It is your birthday.
Let's get to work, man.
All right, brother.
At the Bench is brought to you by Redding Reloading. Total quality since 1946.
So many of us who load boat tail bullets really enjoy the benefits of a VLD or very low drag chamfer. However, you know, with any chamfer tool, it kind of weebles and wobbles, and we put the best angle we can on it. Robin here has got a fantastic new product. I'm going to let Robin tell you about it.
Go ahead. How you doing, everybody? What we did is we looked at the standard chamfering tool, and you realize you spend all of this time on taking care of our necks. We turn them, we baby them, we use bushings, etc., and then we get our chamfering tool and we do our best, but we can't keep it straight. So what we've done is we've created a piloted chamfer tool that actually pilots through the flash hole. And by doing this, we're really turning it into a machine tool, like a piloted reamer, something that's going to always hold it straight, always hold it concentric, and allows you to have that perfect concentric cut and an equidistant angle all the way around the case mount.
As anyone knows in reloading, we always strive for the most uniform results. Trim your brass, throw a dial caliper or a digital caliper on it. We want all the control we can have. This just sealed the deal.
It's simply one of those little areas where we can control another variability, and we know if we remove variables, we increase accuracy.
Coming up next, hitting a target is one thing, but hitting a major league fastball, this is Modern Shooter.
All right, pop quiz time. What do you get when you take Major League Baseball players, balloons, guns, explosives, and then throw in a Humvee? You're about to find out.
All right, so we've been building up drills all day, inoculating them with little things that are going to be part of this final drill.
You shoot that blue one out there at distance. How about that?
Closest one.
What's going to happen is we're going to drive the Humvee up. Something's going to happen, and we're going to initiate contact to the right. These guys get the final opportunity to shoot out of a moving Humvee and hit those targets, engage those targets.
Contact front! Contact! Contact! Hit him! That's right!
The thing I love most about MAST is it's fun. Whenever you're pulling the trigger, it's fun, but there is some challenging stuff.
Hard right! Hard right! Hard right! Coming in!
The thing about MAST Solutions is that Matt teaches a lot of micro tactics, if you will, that build up into something bigger. And the thing he's got planned for the last shoot of the day, it's going to be huge. It's going to be crazy. There's going to be a lot of different stuff going on. I don't know exactly what to expect, but when he starts talking about Humvees, fireworks, explosives, you know it's going to be good. And it's that kind of training, again, that gets you extremely uncomfortable with the situation. That's where the character building, the trigger time, that's where you step up to that next level. In the moment, it can get frustrating. There are some drills that pushed me to my limit. There's some things that I hadn't done before. So in that moment, it's frustrating. But as soon as the drill's over, step back a little bit and look at what I learned, what I had accomplished. When you start putting that all together, it's that training that you can't get a lot of other places. That training that sets you above.
Play! Bravo! Move! Base forward! Base forward! Base forward! Check rear!
All right.
I ran through them.
Freaking awesome, man.
I only had 2 mags.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I only had 2.
Woo!
That's pretty sweet right there. It's a big grand finale.
We didn't get it. We're going to have to do that again.
We're gonna have to do that again.
That was fun.
We should do
Awesome.
it again.
Nice.
Just right.
Nice.
Good work.
That was awesome, man. Good job. Just right.
Oh,
Fun, fun, fun.
All right.
A lot of stuff happening, huh? A little bit of sensory overload, huh?
That was nice. Good communication, though.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what it boils down to.
Like I said, that kind of training in most places all day. We've been practicing to lead up to our last drill. Heart was pumping. It was awesome.
So how does he think he can get you out?
Knowing Lance, I think I know what he'll say, and I think he'll have probably come in with a steady dose of curveballs. I think that's usually his go-to. But now that we're talking about it, it's probably going to be the opposite. So you know, once you ask him this question and see what he says, I might be looking for the opposite during the season.
But you're the inside man. You've seen everything he has to offer.
Yeah, I mean, he's got one of the best curveballs in baseball, and so that's kind of his bread and butter and go-to pitch. So if he's trying to get me out, I think that's probably what he's going with.
I didn't have to face him last year, thankfully. If we do face him this year, I'll have to try to come at him, but I'm pretty sure he knows he's going to get some breaking balls in the sequence of pitches, and I don't think he'd expect anything else.
It's exactly what he expects.
Okay. Maybe I'll have to throw him off fastballs or something, so I'll throw him off.
Between you and me, we won't let him see this.
Yeah.
He's expecting the curveball.
I know he is. I know he is. I'm coming at him with the banger.
I can hit targets. I've hit deer, bears. I've even hit a few guys in bars from time to time. Major league fastball, I got this. Ready? Oh, that's perfect. I don't even know why Castro's back there. It's never going to get that far. All right. Ready?
See what you got.
I'm going back to the range. I'm going back to the range.
Keep going.
That was one of the best pitches I've had all year.
You don't have to be the head cashier at Walmart to figure out standing next to a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. It had percussion like a 50 BMG. I mean, I actually thought I was going to hit it, but after that first one came flying through, there's no way. There is no way.
Be sure to check out Gun Digest online and on Facebook.
The thing I love most about MAST is it's fun. Whenever you're pulling the trigger, it's fun, but there is some challenging stuff.